I'm Dr. Gauri Joshi, and I'm a pediatric patient. I've undergone my gastric bypass surgery way back in 2008, and my weight then was 127 kgs. My lowest weight post surgery was 71, and right now, on 11th August 2021, my weight is 80 kgs. So I've put on, and then I'm again on my weight loss journey. That's about a quick, small introduction. And professionally, otherwise, I'm into the space of facilitation and coaching and management education and human resources consulting. But as far as my pediatric surgery is concerned, I'm a gastric bypass patient.
Thank you, Dr. Gauri. This was a great about you, and we are very pleased to have you here. As you know that your testimonial, your interview is going to help and motivate a lot of physicians, and they are going to return motivate a lot of patients to get the surgery whenever needed. So I'll just have I have a couple of questions for you. So what all health issues were you facing before pediatric surgery?
So maybe because I was very young when I undergo the pediatric surgery, I was just 28 years old when I got operated. So maybe because of my age, I guess, I did not have too many physical or physiological problems or complaints that I'm aware of. Internally, I have no idea, but externally, I didn't have symptoms of too many issues. So I did not have diabetes. I did not have hypertension. I did not have any joint pain or muscle pain. So the only physical problem I had was hypothyroidism. I'm still a patient of hypothyroidism. So I just had the thyroid hormonal problem. Otherwise, I did not have any physical health issue or health ailment. Yes, because of my weight, I used to get tired easily. I had the general lethargy and the general regular aches and pains, which is because you're carrying the weight of two people on your self. So, general sedentary lifestyle, and even if I have to get up a few 100 meters or be left down, let me take my vehicle. Or if I have to go to somebody's house, I would ask, okay, do you all have an elevator? I'm not going to climb stairs. So these kind of small little daily hassles, but no severe or serious health complaints to talk about.
Glad to know about it. And my next question to you is that how did you decide that you have to take the pediatric surgery? What was your decision factor?
So the thing I would like to share here is that for somebody who is already into 3 digits, more than 100 kilos, I was 127. So for somebody who is so obese or super obese or hyper obese, it was extremely difficult for me to lose weight the normal, natural way without the surgery. It is not that I did not try. I tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed, and it went on for years. So I would lose 5-10 kg, I would lose few kilos, and then it would come back with a vengeance, I should say, because then I would be so tired of the regular methods. By regular methods, I mean low-calorie diet plan, which is what is conventionally offered to obese patients, and exercise regime. I tried swimming, I tried gym or workouts at the gymnasium, I tried long walks, brisk walks. I tried naturopathy. I left and went for a couple of weeks to a camp, which was a nature camp, where almost like a rehab center, where I could be locked up into a confined area, and I would try to lose weight by cutting off interaction with the external environment, which means junk food. So I tried all those methods in numerous times, but I just could not succeed. And the weight, I lost few kgs, but that was not enough. So from 127 to 119 or 120 is not good enough. I need to be 70 or 80 kgs or maybe lesser than that. So to answer your question, how or why did I decide to do the surgery, is after I had tried whatever the regular known mechanisms I was aware of. After having tried all of those, couple of times after not getting success and reaching a peak of frustration that, damn, it's not happening, damn it, like, it is creating occurrences and problems for me, not necessarily physical in nature. So that's when I decided to explore this option through two known sources. A very dear friend of mine, very close friend of mine, knew about, she's in the health space. So she knew about the bariatric surgery and she suggested to me. And my first cousin had a friend who had undergone a bariatric surgery. So in an interval of 2 months, coincidentally, both these significant in my lives mentioned about the bariatric surgery, which got my attention onto it, and we started researching and we started exploring. So that's the reason I tried the bariatric surgery after having failed at all other natural known methods a couple of times.
That I think was a very, very nice way to put it, because, sometimes people have a perception that maybe, you could have tried the natural conventional method, and you insist, emphasizing on the fact that you did try and then it did not work out makes it really clear for the people who are, I think, fighting the same battle. So I congratulate you for, opening up to us, like, and about your problems so nicely. So how has the journey been after bariatric? Through bariatric, how did you cope up with all the stress?
So it was not stressful. So I'm not sure if I want to validate the stress part of it. It was not stressful because I had researched well. I knew what I was signing up for, and I had people in my close circle, my support system, who were reinforcing that this is the right decision. So it was not stressful for me. Psychologically, but yes, physiologically, of course, the body went through a lot of changes. How did I cope with it? For a year or almost a year and a half, my complete attention was on my body. So which specifically means I was doing 3 to 4 things religiously by the book for 1.5 years after my surgery. So what the 4 things that I was doing was, one is, of course, diet and nutrition. Because immediately after surgery, you feel your body or your digestive tract feels like, or to me, it felt like a small baby or an infant. So then I would eat morsels. So it was like weaning. So I would start with the semi-solid, the liquids, and then the semi-solids, and then the solids in very, very small portion sizes, like just a spoonful or a little, instead of a teaspoon or tablespoon, and then a serving spoon, or maybe 2 spoonfuls instead of 1. So the journey was like literally and figuratively to start life all over again, like a small baby or an infant. So the diet and nutrition part was one of the things I focused on. I regularly went for follow-ups with my surgeon, the doctor, the dietitian, the entire team. I regularly went for follow-ups and strictly did what they asked me to do in terms of diet and nutrition. That was one way of managing myself after the surgery. The second thing I focused my attention on post-surgery was exercise and an active lifestyle. This was difficult for me because it is not just physiological, it's also a lot psychological. Because of the baggage that I was carrying, because of my past failures with exercise, because if my gym instructor says run on the treadmill for 20 minutes, in barely 2 minutes I would be breathless, and I was like, how do I touch a target of 20 minutes if I can barely do 2 minutes? So with the baggage of the past failure on exercise, the exercise part was very difficult for me because I had a mental block. I can't exercise. But slowly and steadily, I had to overcome that mental barrier. And I started with my walks. I increased the time, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I increased my speed, the intensity. And gradually, with time, as my surgeon, my doctor, dietitian, the entire team was regularly supporting and guiding. So I started with the gym. I joined the gym. It was a new experience for me to not give up or not drop out or bunk my gym within few weeks. So gymming and exercising was the second thing I did. So first was nutrition, second was the exercise. The third thing I did religiously, without fail, is my supplements. Okay, so there are protein shakes, there are calcium supplements, there are iron supplements, there are multivitamins, and there are some specific supplements for some specific vitamins. So I had to make sure that I did not carelessly, I did not have a casual attitude towards any of my supplements. Even now, right now, before this meeting, I popped in my supplement because my doctor says that after gastric bypass, you have to go on with your supplements for a lifetime. Unlike maybe a sleeve or something else where you could stop after a while if your doctor advises you, so strictly under doctor's supervision. So supplements was the third major thing I had to do, or to include it in my lifestyle as a part of managing my new life. And the fourth and the last thing I did for the next year and a half was regular body massages, because I was prepared that my body is almost going to shrink. I'm going to become half the size of what I am. So what happens to the skin at 30? I don't want to look like 60, or at 40, I don't want to look like 80. So I had to make sure that I took my body massages. First, it was 3 times a week, then twice a week. Even today, 10, 12 years after surgery, I'd regularly take a full body massage at least once in a week. That's my Sunday routine and my regime. So I did these 4 things to manage myself after my surgery for the short span of about a year and a half. Regular nutrition, good, healthy nutrition, proper diet consultation, and following and adhering to the diet plan that my dietitian on the CMS team has recommended. Second was exercising regularly, and I'm still doing that. My personal trainer is going to come in a few minutes from now after this meeting. So my fitness training is still on, supplements, which is still on, body massages, which is still on, which means though initially do it more rigorously, but later it becomes a part of your life. You can never say, okay, I'm just going to bring about this change in my lifestyle, which is temporary for 2 years, and then forget about it. No. So if you're going to do a bariatric surgery, you need to mentally prepare yourself for what you're signing up. I don't intend to scare people. I intend to say it in a positive way, because it's a huge lifestyle change, and you want this change for a lifetime. You don't want it just for a few years to achieve some short-term goals, like however important those goals may be. So this is the life management that I am doing post-surgery.